Ladies and gentlemen, picture this. A 12-year-old boy, standing in a courtroom, small in size, yet carrying the weight of a truth so heavy, it silenced the entire room. He opened his mouth, and what came out was not just words, it was a revelation. A revelation so powerful, even the judge, the symbol of law and order, was stunned. Now listen, sometimes it takes the smallest voice to break the biggest chains. Sometimes it takes innocence to reveal the lies that grown men have buried. That little boy did not just speak, he exposed. He did not just testify, he transformed. The world may tell you that you are too young, too weak, too powerless. But truth doesn't care about age. Courage doesn't wait for permission, and strength is not measured in muscles or years, it's measured in the fire of your spirit. That courtroom was a battlefield, and that boy, he became a warrior. With his words, he didn't just shock a judge, he awakened a generation. So I ask you today, what secret are you still holding inside? What truth are you afraid to release? Because let me tell you something, the world doesn't need more silence. It needs more voices. It needs more courage. It needs more people willing to stand up, even when their knees are shaking. The boy spoke, and after he did, nothing was the same again. And that, my friends, is the power of truth. That is the power of courage. That is the power inside you. A young boy revealed a truth that shook a courtroom to silence. The room that once echoed with voices suddenly froze. Every eye turned toward him, not because of his age, but because of the weight of his words. The judge leaned forward, stunned, unable to hide the shock. Lawyers dropped their pens, as if the truth had struck them like lightning. What no one expected from a child came out like fire, burning away the shadows of lies. He did not whisper, he declared. And in that moment, the power of innocence shattered the walls of doubt. Even authority, the judge was left stunned by the courage shown. The man who had heard countless testimonies, countless voices, was suddenly shaken. His gavel rested motionless, his hand frozen in disbelief. For once, the power in that room did not belong to the bench, but to a child. A silence fell so heavy, it seemed the walls themselves were listening. This was not just a statement, it was a spark of truth, raw and unfiltered. The kind of courage that strips away titles, ranks, and robes. And in that instant, the judge was no longer leading, he was learning. Great strength can come from the smallest, most unexpected voices. The kind of strength that doesn't roar, but whispers with conviction. A voice that trembles at first, yet carries a fire the world cannot ignore. It comes from a child, from a stranger, from someone society overlooked. But when it speaks truth, it shakes foundations more than armies ever could. It teaches us that power is not in volume, but in honesty. Not in size, but in courage. And sometimes, the softest word can echo the loudest in the hearts of those who hear it. Truth does not care about age or size. Its own power does not wait for permission, nor does it bow to status. From the lips of a child or the wisdom of the old, it strikes with the same force. It cannot be measured by height, nor weighed by years. Truth stands taller than any crown, stronger than any wall, greater than any throne. It walks into a room and demands to be heard. And when spoken with courage, it can silence doubt, break chains, and rewrite the course of destiny. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to speak anyway. It is the trembling voice that still chooses to rise. It is the shaking hands that refuse to let go of the truth. Fear whispers, "Stay silent," but courage answers, "I will not." It is not about being fearless. It is about moving forward despite the storm. Every act of bravery is born in the shadow of doubt. Yet, when one dares to speak, fear loses its grip. And in that moment, the heart discovers its true strength, louder than fear itself. Innocence can often reveal what wisdom and age overlook. It sees with eyes unclouded by pride or fear. Where experience hesitates, innocence speaks freely. Where age calculates, innocence simply tells the truth. It has no agenda, no mask, no weight of reputation to protect. It can expose lies that grown minds have learned to ignore. It can cut through complexity with the simplicity of honesty. Sometimes, it is that unguarded purity which brings light into the darkest places. Because innocence, untouched by corruption, holds a clarity that even wisdom can forget. Words, when fueled by truth, are stronger than weapons. A sword can cut the flesh, but words can pierce the soul. Weapons may silence a body, but truth-filled words echo for generations. They break chains without lifting a hand. They tear down walls built over centuries of lies. A single phrase of honesty can ignite a revolution. A sentence spoken with conviction can heal wounds deeper than steel ever made. Weapons end lives, but words awaken them. And when truth stands behind a voice, no force on earth can silence its power. Each of us carries a truth the world needs to hear. It may be hidden deep within, waiting for the right moment. It may be wrapped in pain, in struggle, or in silence. But make no mistake, your truth has weight. It has purpose. Someone out there is waiting for the very words only you can speak. Your story could be the key to unlock another's chains. Your voice could be the spark to ignite another's courage. Never underestimate the power of what you hold inside, because your truth is not just yours, it belongs to the world. Silence protects lies, but speech liberates the soul. When we stay quiet, deception grows stronger. When we bury the truth, the weight only presses deeper on our hearts. Silence may feel safe, but it is a prison disguised as peace. Every unspoken word becomes a chain that binds us tighter. But when speech breaks through, the chains begin to fall. The soul breathes again. Light replaces the shadows. Words spoken in truth bring freedom not just to one, but to many. Because every time truth is voiced, it sets both the speaker and the listener free. One act of courage can transform not only a courtroom, but the world. It may begin in a single moment, small and fragile. A voice rising where silence once ruled. A truth spoken where lies once thrived. That act may shake the walls of one room, but its echo travels far beyond. It can inspire strangers, awaken nations, and rewrite destinies. History itself has turned because of one brave choice. What begins as a spark in one place can ignite a fire across generations, because true courage does not stop at the moment, it lives on forever. And so, my friends, remember this. Courage is not reserved for the powerful, nor is truth the property of the mighty. It belongs to anyone bold enough to speak it. If a 12-year-old boy can shake a courtroom to its core, then imagine what you can do with the truth burning inside you. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait for permission. Stand, speak, shine, because one voice, your voice, can awaken 1,000 hearts. And one act of courage can change the world forever.